So my name is Keke. I am 16 years old. I am the firstborn in a family of three children. I graduated from Cardwell International School in Kaduna. I love football and robotics, mostly anything that's related to computers. I came joined fifth in the 2024 UTME with an aggregate score of 363, and my position among the users of the Tesla app was second in the 2024 UTME. So my school uses the Tesla app by organizing a jam mock for the students every Saturday. We come in the mornings and use the Tesla. We set the questions to random, we write to see our results, and see areas we made mistakes so we can make corrections. And they also incorporated into our jam classes when we sometimes we use the classroom app and other times we come to take practice on each subject during their periods, so we can see the areas to create familiarity with questions and the interface of the jam app, the jam exam. So the Tesla app has been a lot of help to me because made practicing past questions easy. I didn't have to write it down and start marking my hand. I could just like click the answers and immediately I'm done. I'll see my score, see the areas I made mistakes, and I can do corrections. And also the classroom app. So I use the classroom app in the Tesla. I used it to get help on areas that I didn't understand very well. I also use it to get familiar with the life changer questions, the novel, the literature questions in the English part. I use it to help me in my chemistry for the areas I didn't understand very well, and to use the exercise learning there. I didn't really use the AI feature, but because the classroom feature and the other features were pretty exhaustive, it took a lot of time for me to be adequately engrossed in all of them. So I didn't really use the AI feature a lot, but the other features too were really helpful in my success in the UTME exam. So the practice feature of the app is my favorite because it allows you to practice and get your scores instantly, like I said earlier, without having to go through the stress of marking it as you do with hard copy past questions. And how it brings out the results, the analysis of the areas you did well and areas you didn't do well. It's really made studying easier. So for my study life, my parents made sure I always read and I didn't do engage in anything that was too distracting. They made sure I read regularly and also practiced regularly. Make sure I balance my reading and sleeping schedules. And for the app, I try to use it once a day. Make sure I always did a particular year on a particular subject every day, either the chemistry or physics or the English or the math, at least one of them each day. And I also read, like during the school period, I read an average of about 5 hours a day because of my involvement in school. But after the school period, during the holiday before the jam, I increased the reading time to 6 to 7 hours a day with breaks in between, in order to make sure I'm more prepared for the exam. So first of all, I would like to give all glory to God for His help, for His help to make sure that I didn't have any problem in my system, my result was released on time, that the exam went smoothly, I didn't have any problems in collecting my results. I just want to return all the glory to God. And also to my parents for their support, for helping me, for encouraging me, for always making sure I had a conducive reading environment. I also want to appreciate my sisters for their caring and their support. I want to appreciate my teachers too for their lessons, their putting me through in areas I didn't understand, and their support also. And I want to appreciate Mr. Ujo for his encouragement and his mentorship. I also want to appreciate Mr. Joseph Johnson, my lesson teacher, for his help in physics and chemistry. In those aspects I was having problems with. I also want to appreciate my form tutor for his encouragement also and his support. For those preparing for the 2025 UTME, I would recommend the Tesla app because, as you can see, it helped me a lot, and I'm sure it will also help you a lot due to its numerous features such as the classroom feature, the practice feature, even the AI teacher feature. and the UTME challenge. There are just a lot of helpful features. I can't mention them all, but I advise that you use and I can assure you that it will help you in your preparation for the 2025 UTME.
My name is Mrs. Rachel KK, mother to Jedidiah KK. Jedidiah had always been a focused and determined young man. He had always counted on the power of God in his skills and ability, and he's been a responsible and supportive brother to his young sisters. On the day of the announcement of the UTME results, his school principal, Mrs. Ojutawo, had actually sent in a text message to me and my husband as well. But we were quite busy on a particular task, so we couldn't, we didn't have the opportunity to open the text immediately. But like after 30 minutes to 1 hour after the text was sent, I checked my phone and I was overwhelmed with joy. It was rejoicing. It was an overwhelming moment for me. I was so excited. My husband as well. We were just so excited because we saw that Jedidiah had worked so hard, and this is just like a reward for his hard work, the reward of success. In Jedidiah's preparation for the UTME examination, we noticed that he had a little challenge with chemistry, and as a result of that, we started seeking for resources. And of course, we had to get him a private lesson teacher, Mr. Joseph Johnson, who was quite good. But in gathering the resources, we were able to gather hard copy resources, and it was quite voluminous. And I was wondering, how best can he, make use of these materials that he had at hand. So we started expressing our concern. When I say we, I mean my husband and I started expressing our concern to people around, and then of course one of our friends, who is also in the educational sector, the person of Mr. Adini Ojo, also encouraged and suggested the app to us, and of course we installed it into JD's laptop, and he started practicing with it. So when he started practicing, one of the things we noticed is that the app exposed his area of weaknesses, and then of course the classroom feature, which has to do with the practice test, and the marking process, helped us to see areas that he was weak at. So we were able to address all of those issues and follow up on him. We let him, of course, he had set a target for himself, and we also followed up with that target to ensure that he doesn't get below a certain score. And so the test driller actually helped in guiding him, through that process. At least he was able to measure and see his score, at every point of practice. Having used the app for Jedidiah, I would say we have mastered some skills as parents from the app, and then we're going to see how it will benefit his sisters and to all students who would also be writing this upcoming exams 2025. We would advise, or I would advise, that the test driller is an app they should consider in their preparation period as they set goals, and and determine to make a good result in 2025. I would urge you that you embrace and try the test driller app. Of course, we are testifiers as a family. We are testifiers of the test driller app, and of course we cannot negate the power of God, how God has helped us as a family. But the test driller is a tool, I would say is a tool in the hands of God to ensuring that this success is accomplished.